online probably by Friday, hopefully by Thursday. All right, Lou. Well, before I begin, I want to tell everybody about our meeting on January 28th here in our office. It's January 28th at 9 o'clock in our office in Noblesville. We're doing a free 4-hour web CE certificate. So it's not an actual CE class, but you will get a certificate to like go online and do a 4-hour class. Lunch is provided, and it's with Mutual of Omaha, and they're going to be talking about their product. So email Tim if you would like to come to that. So without further ado, I will let Lou take it away.
Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, I see your Safe Harbor term.
Right. Good. Excellent. Just want to make sure everything is working properly. Good morning, everybody, and thank you for attending this seminar today. And I want to thank Gordon Marketing for their partnership and their putting this opportunity together for us. Today I'm going to talk to you about the Phoenix Safe Harbor term product. It's a new product that we developed over a year ago, a very innovative term insurance with living benefits, and I'll explain what that is as we go through the presentation. But first, I'd like to talk a little bit about Phoenix. For those of you that are not familiar with the Phoenix Insurance Company, we've been around for 160 years. We've had the famous we insured President Abraham Lincoln. We were the first to come out with female rates, non-smoker rates, a survivorship policy. So Phoenix has been very innovative over the years in developing products and processes for its products. So I just want to begin by just telling you that we're really excited about this opportunity and really excited about working with Gordon Marketing and the opportunity to work with you folks in the field as well. So our product portfolio today exists of accumulation products and what we call care products. Today we're going to focus on, we have annuity products, we have life insurance. We're going to focus on the Safe Harbor term. But I'd just like to mention to everybody on the phone that we do have a final expense product called Remembrance Life. From $10,000 to $100,000 of death benefit is available for final expenses, and it's a good product with critical illness also available on the contract. So I just wanted to mention that in passing. What's important to our clients today? Well, the first thing is peace of mind. I mean, when I go to bed at night, I want to make sure that, God forbid, anything happens to me, that everything is taken care of, that, my family protection for my children, dependents are all set up. The mortgage protection, which is, probably one of our biggest assets, and God forbid something happens to the breadwinner, how is our family going to continue living in the house that they're in now or, wish to buy in the future? Affording quality education for children, a big issue on our minds. As college expenses continue to climb through the roof, how are we going to pay for these college expenses in the event that the breadwinner is not alive? A comfortable retirement, all right? We all dream of that, and we're all saving for retirement, whether it's 401ks or IRAs or non-qualified compensation programs or using life insurance. But, that's on our mind as well. Protection from rising health care costs. Now, I'm doing a life insurance presentation, but I'm talking to you about health care costs, and you'll know why in a minute. Quality of living. We all want to maintain that quality of living that we're accustomed to. So let me talk to you a little bit about, what plan for the unexpected. These are staggering statistics when you think about it. 1 in 2 men and 1 in 3 women will contract some form of cancer. Over 800 stroke victims in the United States per year. Every 44 seconds, someone in the U.S. has a heart attack. And approximately 70% of all people over 65 will require long-term assistance during their lifetime, and over 40% will need home health care, or nursing home care. That's staggering when you think about it, that these health costs are, but the good news is that, with medical advancements and prescription drugs, we're living longer. The bad news is we got to pay for it, okay, because there is care involved in it. The future has arrived. According to LIMRA, these combination life insurance sales, which I'll get into in more detail in just a minute. That's using living benefits on life insurance. So in the past, if you have the old insurance, your beneficiaries would collect at your death. With the new life insurance and the critical, chronic, and terminal illness riders that are available, you don't have to pass away to collect benefits. You actually have access to your face amount or coverage amount, and I'll go into details in that in a few minutes in the presentation. But look at this chart here. Okay, in 2009, only 22,000 policies were written with these combination benefits. Now, up to 2014, we don't have 15 yet, there were 100,000 policies written for $2.4 billion in premium. So, folks, if you're asking yourself, is there a market out there, there certainly is a market out there, okay? These products have become very, very commonplace in the market right now. So let's talk about the safe harbor term, okay? It's a life insurance product that provides protection from 10, 15, 20, and 30-year death benefits. Included in the product, in the contract, is a critical illness rider, a chronic illness rider, a terminal illness rider, and a nice-to-have unemployment rider. What's really, really critical, or I shouldn't use that word, but as far as the process, we've made it really easy for your clients to obtain life insurance. In the past, it was a grueling process. You had to take applications. You had to make sure you filled in Part 2. You had to have a medical exam. They got poked and with needles and taken blood and everything else. We basically came out with a very, very simple process using e-application with no paramedical, simplified issue, APS possible with one of the products, and I'll go into that in a minute, and tele-underwriting on the Express product. So you could be with your client and set up a tele-underwriting with our underwriter, and you could get approved within 20 minutes. Let's talk about the product basics, okay? Lump sum death benefit, again, like I mentioned, 10, 15, 20, 30 years. Convertible, it's also convertible to any one of our permanent policies with same underwriting classification and no medical evidence required. So at the end of the term or somewhere in the middle of the term, your client wants to convert, they can convert with the same benefits on our Index UL product. So we have the Safe Harbor Term Express, which face amounts from 18 to 50 of $25,000 to $400,000 on a simplified issue basis. Even age 71 to 80, we could go up to $100,000 of death benefit. Non-tobacco and tobacco standard, and the contract is rated, folks, about Table 4. So the pricing is a little bit higher than your safe harbor term, and I'll go into that in just a second. But we have a simplified issue, no paramed exam or attending physician statements. So like I said, you would just fill out the application, Part 1. You answer the knockout questions, and if they're answered all no, you could set up a tele-underwriting call with the underwriter and have that product approved within 20 minutes. Okay, it could be done right there on the phone. Now we have the safe harbor term. So think of these as two different buckets, the Express product as one, and the safe harbor term, where we could go up to $500,000, okay? There's substandard ratings available, and this product is normally rated as standard. So it's a little less expensive than a safe harbor term, but may require some underwriting if if something comes up, if there's an impairment, we could get an APS. So non-medical, no paramed exam, APS required in certain cases.
Hey Lou.
Let's talk about, yeah.
Hey, I got a question from from James. He's asking, how are you able to sell these products about 25% lower than your competition? I personally have a Phoenix policy, and it was a lot lower premium than anybody else out there. How are you able to do that?
Well, I think if you look at it, in certain cells we might be that less expensive, but in some cells we're not. So depending on the cell, it's not 25% across the board. But Phoenix was able to get very aggressive in its underwriting, and its mortality experience has been pretty good. So we were able to price the contract. We did have one adjustment last year, so we continue to look at the pricing. But right now we're meeting profitability levels, and we're underwriting at a very aggressive pace. So You know, a real good answer on that I don't have because I'm not the actuary or the pricing actuary. But, you know, I know that we took in consideration our mortality experience and the fact that we're not 25% across the board. There are different cells that might have been, there might be a little bit less than 25%. Hope that answers your question.
Yeah, that sounds good, man.
Okay.
Appreciate it.
Okay, so let me talk, if there's no other questions, let me just continue with the living benefits. So we have 3 accelerated benefit riders included at no additional premium. These are included in the contract. Okay, option to advance up to 95% of the death benefit in the event of a serious illness. No waiting period, okay, but the benefit might be adjusted depending on the severity or the client's condition and life expectancy. So we do underwrite at the time of the claim as well. And multiple benefit elections are available for the critical and chronic illnesses. So critical illness includes diagnosed with a heart attack, stroke, cancer, kidney failure, major organ transplant, or ALS. On the chronic illness, it's the same definition as any of you that sold long-term care in the past, unable to perform 2 of the 6 activities of daily living or have a severe cognitive impairment. And then terminal illness is diagnosed with a life expectancy of 12 months or less. So again, folks, all these illnesses, all right, in the event of anything that should happen to your client, they could advance up to 95% of their death benefit to cover expenses associated or unassociated with these illnesses as well. Let me give you an example how this would work, okay? So Randy, age 40, she purchases a $250,000 death benefit with a 30-year term. Diagnosed with breast cancer at age 62, she exercises a critical illness benefit to receive a portion of her death benefit early to cover medical expenses. So what occurred? Randy accelerated 95% of her death benefit, or $237,500. That's 95% of 250. Okay? Her actual benefit is based on the severity of her illness and her future life expectancy. So Phoenix goes back and they offer her a benefit of $142,646, $142,646 she could use for any purpose whatsoever. Okay? The remaining death benefit of $12,500 is reduced, the premium is reduced, and the death benefit is paid in the event of death to her beneficiaries. So real simple, folks. This is a simple illustration on how this works on a critical illness. On the chronic illness, almost the same thing, just about. Joe, age 60, purchases $200,000 death benefit, 20-year term. He has complications related to COPD at 70. So he only wants to exercise a portion of his death benefit. So he accelerates 50% of his death benefit, or $100,000. His actual benefit based on the Phoenix underwriting is $81,795. That's based on future life expectancy. And the remaining death benefit, $100,000, his premium is adjusted accordingly. But Joe needs more money down the road. So he takes the remaining eligible death benefit of $90,000. He receives a lump sum of $73,000. Okay? Joe passes away at 73, and the death benefit is $10,000 is paid to his beneficiaries as a death benefit. Okay? Now, I'm not going to go through the same thing on the terminal illness. It's pretty much the same thing. You could exercise 95% of the death benefit. And these 3 examples are available. I'll send this presentation to Gordon Marketing. So if you folks want to use it for producer use only, not client use, you'll have this in your as a reference sheet. Also included, okay, is a unemployment rider, which waives 6 months of premium if you're unemployed at least 4 weeks. Automatically included, no additional premium, ages 18 to 60. You must be collecting benefits, all right? That's unemployment benefits. There's a waiting period of 24 months and a one-time election, and it terminates at age 65. Okay, the only option in the contract is an accidental death benefit, which in the event of accidental death would pay an additional death benefit above and beyond the face amount, the original face amount. So let's talk about how do we apply for the insurance, okay? It's tablet friendly. We have an e-application at this stage of the game. It's intelligent data entry, reduces NIGOs, which means not in good order. So it saves you time. It saves your clients time if you're missing information on an application. It all has to be filled out, and it's sent to our underwriting, and it generates the correct form. So you don't have to worry about different state forms and everything else if you plug it in correctly. So this saves time, it saves money, it gets the product into your hands a little faster, and you get paid faster as well. Okay? We pay commissions on a daily basis, by the way.
Hey, Lou.
Yes.
Is this available in Washington State?
Off the top of my head, I'm going to say yes, but I'll get to the slide that has the state approvals.
Okay, cool, thanks.
Okay, but I think it is, but when we get to the state approvals, we'll check it out.
Okay.
Okay? So let's talk about how do we apply, all right? We're sitting in the client's living room, a den, kitchen, wherever you may be. We're talking to the client. You complete applications part 1 and 2 on the e-app and skip to step 4, okay? Which means really that your application, you're submitting part 1 to the Phoenix, okay? The application part 2 is completed by the tele-interview. So call typically takes about 20 minutes. It's with an underwriter. The majority of cases will be approved or declined at conclusion of the tele-interview, and this is for the term express application. Okay? If referred to underwriting, decision typically made in 2 to 5 business days. I would say right now we have a pretty good volume of business, so those 2 days might be going to 5 days. But if it's approved right over the phone, you'll have a contract, not have the actual physical contract, but you'll have an approval within 20 minutes. Now let's talk about the safe harbor term, okay? Pretty much the same process. You complete the application of part 1 and part 2. HIPAA authorization required forms and submitted to Phoenix. Cases will be approved or declined if no APSs are required within 2 business days. Again, 2 to 5 days, we're seeing as a norm right now. If an APS is needed, underwriting decisions are typically made within 5 business days. That may be 7 now. So this, it's a moving target, folks. We're doing the best we can, but we're receiving about 2,000 apps a month on this business. So it's a volume business. It's a good business. There's plenty of opportunity out there for you folks to take advantage of talking about this with your clients. And, if they have the old type of insurance where they're just, collect on death benefit, you might want to do a policy review on their old benefits and recommend this new product that offers them living benefits as well. We also have a quick quote tool. This is, I got a girl or I got a guy that has certain, impairments. I want to check out where Phoenix would come in from an underwriting standpoint. So you would send the quick quote to pnx.simpleunderwriting@phoenixwm.com. I'll leave this up for a second if you want to take it down. You include the following information: your name, the agency name, the proposed insured's last name, date of birth, age, gender, and then any attachments that you want to make attached to indicate what the impairments are or what the improvements are, or something to give us an underwriting so we can make an assessment. Okay? And this is for the Phoenix Term Life Non-Express over $100,000 of death benefit. Was there a question?
I have a couple of questions, Lou.
Yep.
On the electronic signature, how does that get applied? Does that just get emailed to the client and they just type it out, or what?
Yes. Yeah, typical signatures, electronic signature process.
Okay. Another question is, on that phone interview,
yes,
are there specific hours during the day that you can do those, or is it 24/7?
No, it's not 24/7. There are hours. I'm going to give you a phone number to call our help desk. That's our internal wholesalers, and they could give you the hours. That I don't have it off the top of my head, but they'll give you the hours that the teleunderwriting is available. I think it goes from 8 o'clock in the morning to 8 p.m., but not 100% sure.
That sounds about right. I think I saw that.
Yeah.
Another quick question. I think there's an app where you're quoting for Phoenix. Is that right? Is
Yes,
there like a quoting app?
there is a quoting app. It's on our portal at phoenixsalesnet.com. Okay, that's our portal for any product information. I'll cover that in a little bit, and I'll give you the email addresses on that as well.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you have any whole life products for older clients?
Well, the Remembrance product would be a great product for older clients. It's written up to age 80. It is a whole life final expense product, anywhere from $10,000 to $100,000, depending on the band. So that is available, and it's on our Phoenix portal as well, so you can get quotes from that as well.
Okay. I think
All
we're
right.
good I think we're good at the moment.
Okay. Just if anything comes in, let me know. We have marketing material, and I'll tell you how to get that in a minute, but let me just explain what it is. Consumer brochure, including the living benefits that I explained to you just a little while ago in the presentation. We have a product summary, which is really a great reference sheet, folks, for everything that you need to know about the product at a quick glance is on this product summary. So anything that we're covering on this presentation is on this list, and it's really easy for you to get that information on your fingertips, at your fingertips. The application is very simple, as you could see. The client information part, and then the screening questions, which you have to fill out. If you get a yes on any of these questions, then typically your client would probably be uninsurable. Okay? So these are knockout questions. All right, so here's our state availability. The only states we don't have the product is New York and Maine. We won't have the products there. California right now is still approving or looking at our critical, chronic, and terminal illness riders. So in California, for those folks that are out there, unfortunately, we don't have those riders available yet. We are in conversation with the state insurance department. We're making progress, so hopefully within a short period of time, we'll be able to make the announcement that we have those product features. Okay? So to answer your question earlier, the product is available in Washington.
Okay, great.
All right. Okay, so here's our website, phoenixsalesnet.com. You could get any product information. You could get state availability. You could get your quotes, marketing material, and also any business that you've written, you'd be able to see online as well when you put in your agency code. Okay? We also have a smartphone quote tool. All right? And we have phone support. We have an internal sales desk where folks are sitting there waiting for to answer your questions or get quotes for you or do anything you need to sell that product. Okay? The sales desk number is 888-794-4447, and we're available from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay?
Okay.
And there you see the tele interviews, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was correct. So the express only tele interview sales, the underwriting desk is open from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Okay?
Hey, can we make payments out of a savings account and checking account?
No, just checking account right now.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So again, just introducing phoenixsalesnet.com, product marketing and business information, quotes, e-application and forms download, online reporting, and pending business reports. So this is really, folks, other than going to Gordon Marketing, a place for you to get all the information that you need on the Phoenix products. At this stage of the game, I don't know, that took about 25 minutes, I guess, or so. Hopefully, you folks got the gist of the product. It's very high-level information. I wanted to keep it at 30 minutes because usually after that we kind of lose people. But hopefully you got the gist of the product and are able to make sales using the information that you got. It's a real important product, I think, for your clients to look at. Again, you know, I'm going to reiterate, I had the old type of insurance where, you know, I had to pass away for any benefits to be paid to my beneficiaries. I replaced that contract with the living benefits, so in the event I needed cash for any type of an emergency or critical, chronic, or terminal illness, I had it available. So take a look at it for your clients, do a policy review if they have a contract, or talk to them about this new innovative insurance. At this point, I'll turn it back to Gordon Marketing, and we'll answer questions.
All right, Lou. Well, we're just on the call together. I do have a few questions from some people.
Sure.
Can you put up that telephone interview phone number again on that slide?
Sure. Let me get that back to you. Sorry.
Oh, you're okay.
Okay. Let me get back to that.
There we go.
There you go. Okay.
Is that Monday through Friday, or is there a Saturday?
Yeah, that's Monday through Friday. That's correct.
Okay. Another question I have was, if a client has, the old type of insurance, and it's a permanent, do you still try to convert them to a term life with benefits?
Well, I don't know. That's a little dicey because they might have cash value in there. It might
Right.
have an accelerated death benefit rider. So I would take a look at that. Normally I wouldn't, because the term insurance is only going to be good for a certain period of time, where the permanent insurance could last 100 and longer. So you really have to look at the benefits real closely to decide if that's a good replacement product.
Another question is, what's the longest term that a person at 65 can get?
At 55?
65.
That would be the. I'm sorry, I hear 55 or 65?
65.
Oh, 65. That would be a 10-year term.
Okay. I'm going through these questions here. Everybody asks me questions all at once.
Yeah, I know it could get bogged down with the questions.
No, it's okay. It's okay. Can a client get a copy of their phone interview from the underwriter? I don't think.
The phone interview from an underwriter. The client cannot. The doctor, if they want to send it to their doctor, they can.
Okay. Okay, that makes sense. I didn't think that they could send it.
No.
Another quick question right here. Was there any, did Phoenix get bought recently? An agent said that he might have read a press release recently about Phoenix.
Yes, Phoenix was purchased by Nassau Re, which is a kind of a private equity firm. The good news is that Nassau Re, the two gentlemen that own that, bought Phoenix. The transaction hasn't closed yet. Okay, so it's still tentative, based on a due diligence process. The good news is that when the deal closes, and if the deal closes, there would be an infuse of $100 million of capital to the Phoenix. So that would make us stronger. Would give us the capability of maybe developing new products as well. So that's the good news around the purchase. But yes, it was proposed or tentatively purchased. It should close in March if it's completed.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a second. I'm replying to some questions real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna have this webinar, guys, recorded. I'm gonna try to put it on our website by Thursday.
Okay.
Just let everybody know that. They're asking, you're such a good speaker, Lou, that they all want to have a copy of it.
Well, we did that quickly, so the presentation isn't long, but hopefully it covers all the key points.
Oh, here's a question I skipped over. Can a person use their iPad for the electronic signature?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. That's the e-app. They have to use the e-application, so they have to download the e-application on the iPad, and then they could use that.
What's Phoenix rating right now?
Phoenix is B+ right now.
B+, okay.
B+ with AM Best.
What? So who's that owner again that you said that they got bought by?
Well, again, the transaction isn't concluded, but the
Okay.
proposal is from Nassau Re.
How do you spell that?
Nassau is Nassau, Re, R-E, like reinsurance.
Is that one word or two?
That's 2 words.
Okay. I think I got most of the questions
Okay.
answered right now. If anybody else does have questions, you can email Tim. He is checking his email. His email is tim, @gordonmarketing.com. He knows his product in and out as well. I will make sure he gets a copy of all these questions in case I skipped over anything. But I think we're good, Lou, right now.
Great.
I appreciate you being on the call, buddy.
No, thanks. No problem. Thank you for organizing it, and good selling, everybody. And thank you for your attention. On behalf of Phoenix and its associates, I want to thank you for attending.
Yeah, we got about 75 people on, man. So
Oh, great.
got a good audience
Beautiful.
today.
Beautiful.
All right, guys. I'll let Lou go. Again,
Okay.
if you have questions, make sure you email us. I'm going to try to get a copy of this up pretty quick. We do make sure if you are in Indiana or close by, we have a meeting January 28th here in our office with Mutual of Omaha. We're going to have one of their executives in here talking about their products. So make sure if you can attend that, you can. There is a 4-hour CE certificate that you can use online. You know, it's not an actual CE class, but you'll get a certificate to go online, like a voucher. You're probably familiar with those. But I think that's all the questions right now. I appreciate everybody being on the call. I did record this, so I'm going to try to work on this right now to get that up. I'm going to go ahead and close our meeting.
Thank you. Bye.